cup full of what I wanna sip. Niggas ain't tell them get a grip. Living lavish, these niggas embarrassed.
Garbage.
Marcella music.
Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda.
30 baby, what it is, fool?
Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro.
Music feed.
Wash away the pain with the soda. Tryna make the work double up, I beat the bowl up. Tryna make the work double up to meet my quota. 40 on my hip, you know that chopper on my shoulder. I remember hard times when there was no luck. I remember fast money and them slow buck. I got all this gold on me like the gold rush. VVS is dripping off me, get your whole
Dirty baby, what up?
Shoot nigga broad day. Remember when I hit that nigga with the K? Niggas ain't loyal, nigga, they'll trade. Shoot him in the temple, get that nigga a fade. My dog got life and shit ain't been the same. All I got is money bags on my brain. Go hard in the booth and buy another chain. I do it for the money, nigga, not the fame. 21. Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro.
Music beam.
Seven, 5? 7? Oh, 17. You see this?
Marcella music.
Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda.
30 baby, what it is, fool?
Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro. Dipping in the brains and the bro.
Music feed.
Wash away the pain with the soda. Tryna make the work double up, I beat the bowl up. Tryna make the work double up to meet my quota. 40 on my hip, you know that chopper on my shoulder. I remember hard times when there was no luck. I remember fast money and them slow buck. I got all this gold on me like the gold rush. VVS is dripping off me, get your whole
Dirty baby, what up?
Shoot nigga broad day. Remember when I hit that nigga with the K? Niggas ain't loyal, nigga, they'll trade. Shoot him in the temple, get that nigga a fade. My dog got life and shit ain't been the same. All I got is money bags on my brain. Go hard in the booth and buy another chain. I do it for the money, nigga, not the fame. 21. Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains and the bro. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda. Wash away the pain with the soda. With the mud. Wash away the pain with the soda. Yeah. Wash away the pain with the soda. Yeah. Dipping in the brains in the road. Dipping in the brains in the road. Dipping in the brains in the road. Dipping in the brains in the road.
Music theme.
It's 12-12.
Marcella music.
Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda.
30 baby, what it is, fool?
Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains in the road. 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 Wash away the pain with the soda. 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 Dipping in the brains in the road. Dipping in the brains in the road.